listener production.
Hey, it's Helen Smith here with this episode of The Briefing. Do you remember social media influencers living together in multi-million-dollar houses like the Hype House or even Team 10?
What's up, everybody? We're the Hype House, and welcome back to the YouTube channel.
Good morning, Jake Polish. What's flippin' Gucci? We're moving in to the new Team 10 house.
It was the dawn of social media content creators building massive platforms online. And it launched the careers of Jake and Logan Paul, Tana Mojo, Addison Rae, and Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. These creators would live or either come together in multi-million-dollar mansions and create content. Most of the OG Hype House and Team 10 creators are off doing other things now, but a new content creator house has emerged on the scene that's causing a lot of controversy and interest. It's called the Bop House. It's a content creator house full of OnlyFans creators. The Bop House has 1.3 million followers on TikTok at the time of recording since it was started in mid-December last year. And it's all filmed at a massive mansion in Florida.
All right, so this is the most requested video, the Bop House tour. So come on in. Let's show you guys around.
The house is made up of 8 creators who have a total of 33 million followers combined. One of the main players and founders is Sophie Rain, who at just 20 years old made a whopping $43 million in her first year on OnlyFans, which she plans to make all again this year.
How do y'all men even have that amount of money?
So is a house for adult content making okay? And does it encourage young fans to start making their own adult content? And what does this say about where the online sex work industry is headed in 2025? Nova Hawthorne is an adult content creator and industry advocate. Nova, thanks for joining us on The Briefing. We've seen content creator houses before where influencers live together in these multi-million-dollar mansions and created content together. What makes the Bop House different?
Well, I think what is different with the Bop House is it's a group of OnlyFans creators. They create adult content, but they're also creating a lot of safer work social media content. And I think what's so interesting and that draws a lot of people in is the internal relationships between the creators, not just the content they're producing.
So why do you think Sophie Rain, who's one of the main players in this, why do you think she started the Bop House with her friends?
It makes sense to me. Collaboration is the forerunner. Collaboration is the king of getting content across on social media. Also for increasing sales on OnlyFans, that is what you want. Working together, pooling your resources, that is going to have the most favorable outcome for these people, which is what they want in terms of reach. They want eyes on them. They want people to join up to their web pages and also just have the biggest platforms possible.
Can you explain to us what is a bop? What does the word bop mean?
This is something I had to look up because I wasn't sure. Bop, from my understanding, stands for baddies on point. And it's not originally been used as a compliment. A bop to me seems like a young person. To me, it thinks a teeny bopper, you know, someone who's like very energetic, wants to be with the program. They want to be on top of things, keeping up with the Joneses in that way. But I think Camilla especially, she reclaimed the word bop and is using it as a compliment to herself. So everyone says to her, "You're just a bop." And she goes, "No, I am the bop," which is powerful.
Yeah, because I did see that Camilla is also one of the other big names in this Bop House, and she's reclaiming that word because it can be used in a negative sense. Of some of the commentary I've seen online, a bop meaning a slut or a bop meaning someone who isn't like morally great. That's what people are saying. And yeah, they're reclaiming this word. Do you think naming it the Bop House, do you think that's part of a reason it's getting a lot of attention as well?
Oh, for sure. There's no other way around it. If they're being called that, why not run with it? That's what's gaining the traction. They're going to utilize that to get the most traffic. Why not? Be a bop.
Now, Sophie Rain has publicly said that she's a virgin and a Christian. Do you think her branding herself in that way is all part of a marketing ploy?
Whether she has come out with that as a marketing ploy or she is sharing that information to be her authentic self online. If she didn't share that, would she have the same reach? Would people see her the same way? I think the fact she's very clear that she's a virgin, she is a content creator as well, and that she has those religious feelings. I think that's very brave of her as well, to be honest in that way, but to also be an adult content creator.
Yeah, and Sophie is one of the main players that gains a lot of controversy for those statements, and also for her age when she started. She made reportedly $43 million last year in 2024. That was when she was 19. She turned 20 last year. A lot of people are saying that her branding herself as a virgin can be almost dangerous or enticing people that might like that B card kind of play.
Sophie made $40 million her first year on OnlyFans. Clearly, there's a huge market for that. And it's not Sophie's fault that that market exists. All the power to her for capitalizing on the income stream that is just waiting for her.
What are the dangers of something like the Bop House going viral online to a young audience that is also consuming this?
Yeah, I do think the content they create, especially TikTok, when you're talking about TikTok, that's quite a young audience. You find that the media that the Bop House creates is very engaging. They follow viral trends. They do these dances, which is really appealing to young people to watch and to consume, young men and also young women. I don't think that there's a danger there. There is something that young people need to be aware of what they are watching, but the content they create is not that's on social media. It's not dirty. It is very okay for audiences. It's just people wearing pajamas and slippers, doing a dance, making faces, being entertaining. So what I see on social media, yes, it's part of their marketing plan to get the most views, get the most viral views, but it's nothing I would say is inappropriate for young eyes to see. The inappropriateness comes when you come onto their adult content.
A lot of people have said, though, that these what might seem kind of trivial or just fun trends that are pointing to an OF career or content creators, that these young girls are being role models for 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds who might be like, yeah, I want to do that. Is there a problem with that?
I think young people shouldn't aspire to be adult content creators. Young people need to focus on being young people. That decision needs to come, and any plans that they make to do that needs to come after they become the age of the legal majority in the country that they're in. If you are 17 and you are having thoughts of becoming involved in the adult industry, that's fine, but you can't do anything to act on that. And clearly you can't start producing content. You can't be on any websites. But I don't think it's their job to be role models. It is, because of their huge popularity, something they need to be aware of in their marketing. But I don't think it comes down to them to be aware of that. It's the people around the young people accessing social media to be understanding of this is a global platform which includes adults. So it's a world that they need to be understanding of across all areas and reflect and think critically on the content they consume. So as adults, we need to make sure what young people are watching is appropriate and they understand that it's not always real. It is sometimes just marketing. And what is the message behind the content? And a lot of the time, the message is go to my adult content.
Do you think that the platforms like Instagram and in this case TikTok, do you think they have any responsibility when it comes to underage people seeing OF creators on their algorithms?
This is a really good question. I haven't thought too much about how social media should be responsible for the algorithm of young people, but it does make sense that a platform like TikTok, like Instagram, that is heavily used by young people who are quite easily influenced at times, that there are safeguards and protections to protect them from adult-leaning content or content that leads to other adult content. What that might look like, I don't know. But if there was a type of algorithm to ensure the racier side of social media isn't being put in front center of the eyes of young people, I would be all for it.
Do you think the Bop House is pushing young people to be adult content creators?
No, I don't think it is. I think what the Bop House is doing when people watch that, when young people watch that, it's relatable content. It's also aspirational content. It's this huge house. It's gorgeous views, it's the cars. It's nothing different to what Mr. Beast is doing.
One TikTok video that has gone viral, it's sitting right now at the time of recording at 6.2 million views. It's got nearly 500,000 likes. It's by the user Kaz Morgan X. They said that the Bop House is devastating to feminism.
I think it's disgusting and disturbing. The Bop House in itself is horrendous.
What is your response to that?
This person doesn't sound like a feminist to me. As a feminist myself and an adult content creator, someone who does porn, I've stripped, I've done in-person sex work. What is not feminist by a woman taking charge of their own life, their own economic journey, and their business? I think that is very feminist.
The house has been met with a lot of hate and controversy. Why do you think this content creator house is facing more backlash than we've seen before? We mentioned before, this is not the first content creator's house. Why is this one receiving so much hate?
Because it's huge. The people that are involved have massive platforms with millions of people in their reach. So of course it's going to cause up more controversy, more stir. But also the people in this content house profit off controversy. They create controversy within themselves to get more engagement, to get more views. And that's interesting. I watch it and I see, oh, there's another fight, there's more drama, someone's breaking into someone's house, there's beef between these two people. That's orchestrated. That's been created for the viewer. So it's entertainment. It's like watching Big Brother. So why is it getting so much hate? I don't know. Why does shows like Big Brother get hate? They're entertaining. They're meant to cause feelings of like and engagement, but also a little bit of controversy.
Do you think it's because they're influencers or because they're OF influencers?
It's definitely both. If they did not do OF, people would just assume that they did anyway. The guess that they're all sluts and hoes and out there being very promiscuous or want to portray that lifestyle is going to be there whether they create content or not. That is one of the facts of being a woman, that view is always going to be put on you. You're either, the Madonna or the whore. So the fact they're getting this is not surprising whether they do content or not.
So as you said, these creators are making a lot of money through subscribers and followers. People are clearly following them and buying their content.
Guilty.
So why aren't we seeing... So then why are we seeing so much hate towards these women? Why aren't we seeing as much open and public support for them on socials?
It's not so much fun to be a big supporter. It's more fun to hate something. It's more fun to cause a fight, and comments will just keep going and it'll drive it. If you say on a comment on a TikTok, "This is great, I love this video," no one cares. But if you say, "I think these people are morally corrupt and wrong, I don't think this should happen," of course that's going to start something. So to me, it's just all in the game of social media.
So with the Bop House, do you think we'll see more OnlyFans creators' houses popping up, or is this just kind of a one-off gimmick?
No, I think it works. Collaboration is amazing. Think about businesses that collaborate to create a new product, which grabs both the audiences of each business and builds it into something even bigger. So OnlyFans collab houses are nothing new. People do that all the time, get together and create a lot of content in a short time in the same house. It's something that just makes sense. But buying a house and creating the whole branding about having the house and living together, I think that's something that's developing and something that we might see more of, because I quite like the idea of a group of supportive women, supportive adult content creators working together to build something bigger.
Nova, thanks so much for joining us on The Briefing.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be on here and chat with you.
That was Nova Hawthorne there, adult content creator and industry advocate. And that's it for this episode of The Briefing. We'd love it if you could share this ep with someone else you think might enjoy it as well. And if you want to keep up with our other content, you can check us out on Instagram at thebriefing.com and on TikTok and YouTube. Just search for Listener Newsroom. We'll be back in your feed tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm Helen Smith. See you next time.